Folktales of Hawaii, He Mau Ka'au Hawaii, collected and translated by Mary Kavena Pukui, with Laura C.S. Green. Woman of the Fire and Woman of the Water. There were two kupua women living in Hilo on the island of Hawaii. Hinaʻikeahi, Woman of the Fire, was the elder, and Hinaʻikawai, Woman of the Water, was her younger sister. To the elder belonged the power to work magic with fire. To the younger, similar powers with water. Each was given her portion of land and retainers by her mother Hina. Once famine came, and there was a great lamentation among the people because of hunger, and many infants died because their mothers could not provide them with milk. As Hinaʻikeahi saw her people's distress, her compassion flowed out to them, and she called them all together before her. Then she commanded the men to be strong and to climb the mountain after fuel and bring stones from the river in order to prepare an underground oven, or imu. When everything was brought, she ordered them to prepare a very hot oven. Amazement filled the men's hearts at the command to prepare an oven when there was no food to be cooked, but out of love for their chiefess, they did it all without a murmur. When the oven was ready, Hinaʻikeahi circled it, saying as she did so, "Here are sweet potatoes, here taro, here yam, dog, pork, fish, the tender shoots of young fern, and here chicken." Then she walked into the center of the oven and called to her retainers to cover her with earth. The men wailed, "No, no!" Hinaʻikeahi spoke thus, "O my people, do not weep, but cover me over with earth, and I will go to our divine ancestors that you may have life. Watch, and on the third day you will see a cloud directly over this oven, in the form of a woman with a radiant face. Then remove the earth. Now cover me!" With great reluctance, the men did as their beloved chiefess commanded them. On the third day, a cloud in the shape of a woman appeared directly over the oven, and immediately the men uncovered it. There was no body lying there, but the foods she had enumerated were there: yam, taro, fish, and all the rest. And after the oven had been opened, Hinaʻikeahi appeared, coming from the direction of the seacoast and wreathed with brown seaweed. In haste, the food was served, and all were seated at the feast while Hinaʻikeahi related the story of visiting her divine ancestors, who had shown their love for her by providing this feast. After the ancestors had filled the imu, she bathed in the ocean with Hinaʻōpuhalakoa, the woman of the coral, who was one of the wives of the god Ku. According to the custom of society, the incident caused much talk, and the retainers of Hinaʻikeahi boasted about the delicious food their mistress provided. The followers of Hinaʻikawai therefore complained to her, reporting what they had heard from her sister's retainers. Thus, the spirit of jealousy entered Hinaʻikawai, and she commanded her retainers also to prepare a great oven. And when this was done, she imitated her older sister by repeating the names of various foods, and then calling upon her retainers to cover her with earth. The third day, the sky was overcast, and a dark cloud in the form of a woman stood directly over the imu. The men made haste to remove the covering. Alas, no food was visible, only the charred body of Hinaʻikawai. Rain began to fall after the oven was opened, and it was said that this was the weeping of heaven for Hinaʻikawai. If she had only used her own gift of water, she would have been saved, but instead she was jealous and flew to usurp the magical gift of her older sister. Hence the penalty for her pride. When her retainers saw that they had neither chiefess nor food, they all went to live with Hinaʻikeahi.